It's officially live. Lucky Pokemon are officially out for trading. I have confirmed it. I've done it myself. They are going to be in your Pokédex once you start trading. Let's check out some of the details that we know right now, but I wanted to get this out as soon as possible. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Alright guys, Lucky Trading is out. It is official. So what it looks like is all 2016 Pokemon will be lucky. And both Pokemon are going to be lucky as soon as you trade them. So once you trade, both Pokemon are going to be lucky. So that is one thing to note. So if you want to use a 2016 Pokemon with a 2018 Pokemon, you trade it, they both become lucky. So that is one of the top things that we know about trading right now for the lucky Pokemon. Number two, what we do know is that it's going to be half the Stardust, and that is about it. The only benefit that I'm seeing right now to these Pokemon being lucky is that it is going to be half the Stardust to power up. So I did a Blissey, and just to see, so it literally is just half the Stardust, nothing else, no discounts and candies. It does denote it in the Pokedex, some bubbles in the journal of where the Pokemon is. So that is another thing that's gonna note. But in reality, it doesn't really seem like it does that much. It just halves the Stardust on the power up from going from wherever it is all the way to the top. So one cool tip that I wanted to point out is that when you trade them, they're half Stardust. So let's think about this. How can we use this to our advantage? Legendary Pokemon are extremely powerful, the most powerful attackers in the game, obviously, and defenders, but we can't use them as defenders. Anyway, so if you trade a legendary with an old Pokemon, let's say from 2016, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be able to power that Pokemon with half the Stardust up. So if it takes 250,000 to power it up, 125,000. Now granted, it could go down to a worse IV. A good IV or a bad IV legendary Pokemon, regardless of what they are going to be extremely strong as attackers. Better than almost every other Pokemon in its category because of how high and beneficial it can be. So although it may not be the best IV, its base stats alone are going to put it at one of the top. Majority of the legendaries that we're going to catch are level 20. That takes a lot of dust to power those guys up, especially if you want 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So if we use this strategy, we can power up 10 for the price of 5. Because we're 50% of the Stardust. And if we catch it at level 25 and then we trade it, we're getting even less Stardust. So this is one good strategy that we can use to maximize on our legendary Pokemon, to power them up, to make sure our squads of attackers are extremely, extremely dominant when we're fighting raid bosses. The Blissey that I did trade was a 2017 Pokemon in March. So I traded that with a newer Pokemon, was an Alolan Executor from maybe about 2 or 3 months ago. So what happens is they both became lucky. So this is confirmation, and I've heard and seen that the confirmation is that if you trade any type of lucky Pokemon with an older Pokemon, both are lucky. So anybody that has had that question, it doesn't matter. They both don't have to be old. Only one has to be old. The one thing we do not know is what the threshold is, because I've traded ones from Community Day from the Squirtles, which was a few weeks ago. Neither came out lucky. So that is one thing to note. So it looks like every single Pokemon in 2016 is going to be lucky. Potentially every Pokemon in 2017 may be lucky. I've tried in March, so that's pretty long time ago. That's over a year. So there may be a threshold of actual date. So maybe it's a year from today. We can think about, we do not know exactly, but that could be some speculation. So for now, if you're going to trade 2016 Pokemon, early 2017, it appears that every single one is going to be lucky. So make sure to trade those guys and try to get good ones. It does not guarantee. There is no 10-10-10 base stat. Both of them are not very good IVs that came out. They weren't good IVs to start with. They weren't good IVs after the trades. That is where we are sitting right now with Lucky Pokemon. It is officially live. You can trade it. The benefit is that you can power it up with half the Stardust, but it doesn't increase the IVs to a good level. I don't know if there's gonna be more to come, maybe more functionality with this Lucky Pokemon, so don't transfer it, trade it, get the Lucky Pokemon, and hang on to it, because we don't know what could happen in the future with these Lucky Pokemon or what Pokemon Go has in store for Lucky Pokemon. All right guys, get out there, trade your old Pokemon, switch up your Pokebags, get those Pokemon to become lucky, bubbly, and ready for action and whatever the future has for Lucky Pokemon. We don't know, but there's something good coming from this. I have a good feeling. I have a question for everybody. Drop it in the comments. Number 1, multiple choice. Are you going to power up a lucky Pokemon if it's a bad IV? Or are you not going to power up a Pokemon if it's a bad IV and is lucky? I am curious to see, does Stardust matter for you more, or do the IVs matter for you more? What is your opinion? Drop in the comments, let me know what you think. Thank you guys for tuning in, and let me know what you guys have to say. I look forward to commenting back, seeing and interacting with each one of your comments.